Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Set Your Yo, a.k.a. Coach Bird, and I'm the host of the BYRDCAGE Show. Cousin Tracy?
What's up?
We are back at it, episode 110. You know what I'm saying? We got another special guest sitting on the couch in the cage with us. But before we get into our guest and I introduce my guest, I was thinking, because you know how I always come on and when we start, and I'll be like, how was your weekend? Right?
Yes.
So we tell people all the time, we film these on Saturday and then they air on Monday. I got to thinking, I was like, it's not too much into the weekend to ask her how's her weekend going. So I'm going to start asking you, how was your week?
So my week actually was good. As you all know, we both are part of educational system. And we only 4 weeks into school. And I need y'all parents to tell y'all kids to get right. Because there's no way that we dealing with repeat of the stuff we ended with in June. Messing with the same kids, y'all trying to bully the same kids. Like, y'all can't find new kids. Like, this is the same situation from June. Y'all had July and August to be at peace. Like, to let it go.
Nope.
I really need y'all parents to talk to y'all kids. Like, for real, as administrators and all, we tired of dealing with the repeat offenders. Like, when y'all going to get right?
No, it's going. Wow. I think it's going to continue.
No, the breaks, like Christmas break, 10 days. Y'all got 10 days to release, relax,
right.
release. Let it go.
To have peace.
Right, let it go to make peace. Then you come around spring break, another 10 days. Let it go.
Make some peace.
June, you got 60 days.
Make some peace.
Make some peace. You come right back in September 10th and want to deal with what you deal with in May. How?
Couldn't wait to get back.
Couldn't wait to get back at it.
You ain't seen this girl. Oh, y'all don't even live in the same neighborhood. Let it go.
Couldn't wait to get back at it.
So parents, that's all I'm saying. My week was great. It really was uneventful. I mean, outside of little fires, but just talk to y'all kids and all of y'all just release some stuff.
True.
As a family.
Facts. There you go.
Yep.
Peace.
Find it.
Well, today, you know what I'm saying? Some of you know him. Some of you might not know him. Those that know him going to get to know a little bit more about him. And those that don't know him going to get to know my good friend over here. You know what I'm saying? We go way back. I had the pleasure of coaching his kids when he came through high school and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about a picture. And I'm going to need y'all to weigh in when I post that picture. You know what I'm saying? But sitting on the couch, you know what I'm saying? Glad to have you, my man, RORY WOOD. What's good, bro?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Just say what's up to the people.
What's up, peoples? How you doing?
Welcome.
That's how I usually close
welcome
all.
to the cage.
I close all my videos when I record with the peace sign.
That's what's up. Glad
we
to
need
have
more peace in this world.
Yo, yeah,
you know?
I just said it.
Peace.
For sure.
Peace. So before we get all into what you got going on now, let's the folk that don't know you, let's just talk a little bit about where you're from and all that good stuff.
Well, I was born in Camden, New Jersey. I was raised in pretty much, I could say, different parts of the city. So I grew up in Parkside. I lived on Wildwood Avenue. And then we moved to Pollock Town, lived on Thurman Street. And then my mom got remarried, and then we moved to Pennsauken. And I was fifth grade, I moved to Pennsauken. And then my mom got divorced, and then we moved to East Camden, but she kept me in the Pennsauken school system.
Okay.
So I continued going through Pennsauken school system. But I lived in East Camden. I actually lived across the street from Commissioner Dyer.
Okay.
And he lived across the street from
man Moo.
Yep. Shout out to Moo. And but yeah, and then I graduated from Pennsauken, played football, where we first met on a gridiron, and from there, I went on to play college football at Delaware State.
Hornets.
The Hornets.
See, I'm representing up top.
I was going to bring it up.
And then after I got out of Delaware State, I majored in chemistry.
Okay.
And got my degree, and I started working at Campbell's Soup in Camden.
Okay.
Which is crazy, because I used to play football on the grass on the front lawn.
Right there.
On the weekend when there was nobody there, we used to play tackle football on their lawn because the grass was always so green.
Always nice.
And I went there at working in ingredient technology.
Okay.
6 months in, I said, you know what? I can't do this forever.
Okay, gotcha.
You know, and then I started working in process engineering, and then eventually worked my way into quality, and I was a world quality analyst.
Okay.
And traveled between here and Canada and South America and stuff like that. And I just learned a lot, you know, and I love science and math. That's always been my thing.
Gotcha.
And but then at the time, I had a young family, and you know, I looked for something a little more stationary. So then I got a job for a company and just became a plant manager. And you know, from there, I think it was 2010 is when I actually noticed and said, you know what? I think the green wave is going to be coming to Jersey. I need to learn how to do this thing.
Got you.
So,
Got you.
and that's when I first started dabbling in trying to grow cannabis.
Got you. Got you.
I messed up a lot of stuff. I had no idea what I was doing. So, but yeah, that's my story now. You know, I still try to keep my foot in, you know, Pensacola and Camden, you know, by supporting some of the people that I grew up with that are now in leadership roles. So, you know, but now I just, you know, Kush College is my thing.
That's what's up. Now, before we get into Kush
Kush
College,
College.
you know what I'm saying? The picture that I'm talking about. So, you know, I'm doing my research, cuz, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just scrolling through social media pages and whatnot. And I come across a picture. And in this picture, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to post a picture, you know what I'm saying? Under the caption, he's like, yeah, I blocked the punt versus Camden High, something like that. And then I look, I'm like, wait a minute, that's me punting. So.
And you didn't realize I knew that was you, did you?
Nah, I don't think so.
That was you.
I don't think I did.
I knew who I blocked.
I'm gonna need y'all to chime in. When this comes out on Monday, I'm gonna put the picture up there. I'm gonna need y'all to chime in.
Yep.
I think I got that punt away. But more concerning though, Rory, was the fact that two of my teammates who were supposed to be blocking, they looking at me.
They taking pictures.
Why they looking at me?
Taking
Block.
pictures. Yep.
Block somebody. But yeah, that
Are
was
you going to
funny.
put their names out
I
there?
already put it out there in the comment today.
Yeah. They out there.
I said, look, you need confirmation. Ask Sean Lopa.
Yeah.
Because he's sitting there watching the whole thing.
Yeah.
Watching the whole thing.
Definitely.
Well, I must have missed this dialogue. You posted a picture?
It was a while ago though.
I had that
like the
picture been
was,
up since,
yeah,
like
2010.
2010.
I think and I just happened to
And
see
I had
it.
tagged Corey's tag, Mosley's tagged in there, and Orville Collins, who was a defense end in there.
And I just happened to stuff like, oh, look at this. That's me. That's what's up. So let's get into it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you had, you know, the wherewithal, you know, use my education words,
Yeah.
to see what was about to happen. You know
Yeah.
what
I
I'm
think
saying?
that was a Miss Green Brown word you just used.
It probably was. Either that
I
or
looked that
Miss
up.
Cream. Might be Miss Cream. Either Miss Cream or
Yeah, I wasn't there.
Okay, it might
Miss
be
Cream.
Miss
It might be
Cream.
Ruthie,
It could
because
be.
Ruthie had your senior year.
She did.
Yeah,
Could be her.
wherewithal. I'm going to look that up.
But Roy, you saw this thing coming, you know what I'm saying? And the cannabis business is booming right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All
Yeah.
across America and whatnot. Explain to the folk what Kush College is. Let's start there.
Well, so initially, my whole plan was I wanted to, when I knew that the cannabis industry was going to be having a changeover into the recreational market, I wanted to be in a position to cultivate.
Okay.
Right. So I'll just take you back. So from 2010, when I just didn't have success, fast forward, I meet a young woman named Donna Taylor, who to this day is like the foundation of what I know as far as growing. She's passed away, so rest in peace to her. But I met her at a volunteer, SPCA.
Okay.
We were cleaning up. And, you know, and I'm going to be just transparent here. You know, during my time in my professional career, I worked my way up and, you know, to a status where I had a lot of power.
Okay.
And I got myself into a situation where I got involved in a white collar crime.
Okay.
And I paid my debt to society. But during that time that I was away, I had to revamp what I was going to do when I came home.
Gotcha.
And it just so happened when I came home, I met her at this thing that we had to do for what's that thing they have you do when you come home?
Community service?
Community service.
Gotcha.
Thank you there.
Tracy.
So I met her.
That's her former field.
So the whole time, I'm like planning out. The whole time, like, this is what I'm gonna do, because I know I can't go back into my field. Now I'm gonna have to be my own boss, do blah 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 blah. So I meet her, and I asked her. She asked me, "So what you here for?" And I was like, I told her, and then she told me she was in for growing cannabis.
Okay.
And I said, "Really?" Right? I was like, this might be the piece I was looking for. Right? So then she's telling me she's been growing for 30 years. And she basically, where she was living, she was growing. Her partner at the time, she thought was having a heart attack. And before, I don't really want to get into her whole thing, but she got nabbed. Anyway, long story short. So I'm telling her, I just gave her the whole business part of cannabis.
Okay.
Because you know how sometimes some people get so excited, like, yo, you know how much money we can make, blah, 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 blah. I was like, listen, this is what the state's doing. This was eventually about to happen. This was like 2016.
Okay.
I said, it's going to come. I said, you need to be in a position to do so.
Gotcha.
She says, I'm not growing anymore because of the situation.
Right.
She just said she wasn't going to do it no more. I was like, what can you teach me? She said no.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see that coming.
Me either.
She said no. I said no. She said, no, I just can't. She promised her partner she wouldn't do it. Right? So, long and behold, she says, listen, if you want to grow, I said, read. She said, read this book first. It's called The Grow Bible by, his last name is Green, the author. Well, she didn't know I was a science geek.
Right.
I read that joint in like 3 days. The joint was like this thick. Read it, came back to her. I said, look, I read it. I said, this is blah, blah, blah. I started telling her stuff about the book.
Okay.
She was like, oh, wow. I said, didn't you read it? She's like, no. I said, you didn't read the book? She said, no, I actually gave you that book. Figured that if you take you for a while and then just discourage you.
Right.
So long and behold, she started. We went on a 4-year journey, man. She showed me how to grow, and when I tell you I messed up some stuff, man, because she wanted me to mess up. She didn't want. She would like say, all right, do this, blah blah blah, and then I'll go do it, and then I will mess something up. But she wanted me to see
how you can mess it up.
How I can mess it up, but then not in turn, she wanted me to be able to fix it.
Got you.
Not just throw it away.
Right.
You have to, you got to fix the problem.
Right.
So fast forward, I started getting myself involved in a lot of the stuff that the state was doing, the Cannabis Regulatory Commission, like their meetings. I would go to their monthly meetings, go to these events. I would meet them, talk to them. And, big shout out to Commissioner Dyer, because he put me in place to meet some of these people and talk to them. And I became to befriend them and kind of see where the legislation was going.
Right.
So then I realized, I said, everyone, every Tom, Dick, and Harry's going to sign up to get a grow spot, dispensary, whatever.
Right.
I said, well, who's going to teach these people? Where they going to get the workers from?
Right.
They're going to need somebody to come in here and work. Who's going to teach them?
That's a good point.
I said, you know what? I'm going to pay forward what was paid to me.
Okay.
So I'm going to start teaching these people how I was taught. And she only believed in growing organically, without any of this synthetic stuff. And so that's when the funny thing is how I came up with the name. Shout out to John Newsom. I'm on the phone with him. He's a retired vet. He smokes all day.
Okay.
Like he tells me he gets up in his drawers and lights up and then goes to the bathroom and brushes his teeth after he finished. So I was like, yo, man, I got to come up with a name for this school. He's like, Kush College, my nigga. Right? I was like, yo, that's dope. Right? So I call him back the next day. Right. I was like, yo, bro, Kush College, the name of the school. He's like, word? Where you come up with that at? I I was like, bro, you gave me the name the day before. He's like, yeah. He's like, yo, that's fire. I said, I know. So I came up with that name, and then I just started putting the curriculum together.
Okay.
Which took some time.
Okay.
You know, because I and the crazy thing is, Bird, is I said, okay, if I'm going to do this, I got to be different. Because you got Oaksterdam University, you got Cannabis U, you got all these different punts that's been out there.
Right.
What am I going to do different
than what they do? Right.
So, of course, I come up with the text. That was the longest part, right? Just writing everything out. And then the video, I paid this company, Smart Impact Media, is a brother. He lives in Longside, real good brother. He came and filmed all my videos and the different segments of the course. And, once I put all that out there, I said, still, what do I need to do different? So what I did different is now, when you sign up for my course, I send you a grow kit and some seeds.
Oh, to get them started.
Yeah.
Like a starter kit.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I partnered with a seed company, Monkey Dog Seed Company out of North Jersey, and they supply the seeds for me to supply to my students.
Gotcha.
So so it's been going good, and the crazy thing is, you talk about the fact that you guys you're educators. Most of the people.
No, I said we in education.
Oh yeah,
and you are educators.
She always says she's not a teacher.
I understand,
but she's
former law enforcement.
You had it right.
Yeah.
She's
So
an
listen,
educator. She's an educator.
Most of the people that inquire about the school are retired
Educators
and law enforcement.
Okay.
They all want to grow their own stuff.
Gotcha.
They don't want to be seen in a dispensary.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
And they don't want to go to the street dealer.
Gotcha.
So they rather just grow it in the confines of their own home.
So you said that you was going up and going to listen how the legislation played out. So all right, before we go to the legislation part of it, or the legal part of it, I'm sorry. As a educational facility of cannabis, right? So you're teaching them how to grow.
Mine's is all online.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a brick and mortar.
Okay, so it's all online.
That's what I wanted to do first. But the brother from Smart Impact Media was like, bro, why you want to put that capital out first?
Right.
When you can just do it online and reach not just people in Jersey, you reaching everybody in
through
the
the
world. You know?
So my question for you is this. Is it like so you guys all went to college, right? So did I for a bit. Is it like remember when the kids were on Zoom? So is it like 15 people at one time? Is it how does
it's all self-paced.
Self-paced, okay.
So when you sign up, now you have access to the course.
Got you.
You just go through all the stages from seed to harvest.
Got you.
And it's at your pace. And if you want, so what I do, so for the teachers and the educators, right? They're not trying to go work in the industry.
Right.
They just want to do it
Personal,
on their own.
right.
So they just go through and they learn.
Okay.
But if you're someone that want to learn and go in the industry, I have an exam and quiz. I have a quiz at each chapter and exam at the end where you get a certificate. And you can show when you go, it's like, listen, this is the course I took, blah, 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 to help you and say, look, you do have some knowledge. You ain't just coming in, whatever.
So now the certification, is that like a national? Is
No,
it like
it's not.
How
It's
is like,
not.
what is it?
It's not. You know what? It's crazy you mentioned that. It's basically just saying that you completed the course.
Of course.
That's
About
all. That's
harvest,
all.
grows the marijuana.
Because someone had actually came up to me in one of these meetings I was with and asked me if I wanted to try to start a national certificate. Like basically putting a stamp of approval on schools, saying that they are basically teaching the appropriate stuff for these people to go work in the industry. And I was like, wow.
Is there anything out there like that?
No.
Okay. So do you see that coming? Like a national cert?
No.
Okay.
You know why? Because every school's different and they have their own way if they think that how to do it.
All right, so now we're going to go the legal thing. So people hear marijuana is legal. Boom.
Yes.
People just think I can walk around the neighborhood, up and down the street, in front of people's kids. I can just smoke this weed. When you try to explain to them, just because marijuana is legal, boom.
We still have a responsibility as adults.
And you have a public responsibility.
Absolutely.
Because
100%.
alcohol is legal, but technically drinking in public is a crime.
Yes, it is.
You understand what I'm saying? You could drink it at home,
Yes.
and people don't understand saying that marijuana is legal means that you can go to places and legally purchase it. Go into Rakim and them,
It's illegal still.
it's still legal.
Yep.
And bringing your marijuana in your pockets in my school building, it's still illegal.
Yes, indeed.
So I think the misconception of legalizing marijuana, first of all, I think people don't understand legally the reason why they did is so they can tax it. Cha-ching.
You know what? That's the reason why I didn't do the cultivation. Because I knew the tax burden. You can make a lot of money in it, but you got to sell a lot of it.
Gotcha.
And the dispensaries, and they will get that off.
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, who's making out the biggest is the state. They're getting 30%.
That part.
Yeah, that part.
So like when I try
That's
to,
just the state.
Right.
We ain't talking
But
about
the
the
Fed,
municipality.
yeah.
Right.
The municipality
But this-
getting
yeah.
30.
Right.
and the feds get some too.
Yeah.
But my thing is, that's what I try to explain to people. I said, just like years ago when they had the prohibition, the reason why they made alcohol legal is so they can tax it, so the federal government and state can get the municipalities
Well, the
to
federal
get money.
government ain't getting nothing
Okay.
because it's still federally illegal.
Oh, okay.
They're not getting nothing.
Okay.
But this
State,
Jersey in
yeah.
particular is getting
Right.
30% exercise tax, 6% sales tax, then 3% goes to the municipality.
Wow.
That's 39%.
Right there. Yeah.
That's almost half your profit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and when I be talking to them, like, because you can't talk to them, like, get on a microphone and be like,
Right.
hey, how about this? I pull them to the side, right? And shout out to the CRC. They're just the legislative body that oversees cannabis.
Okay.
They ain't making the laws.
Right.
Right, they're not the ones that determine the taxes and this and that.
Right.
It's the people in Trenton that do that. So the thing is like when you're taxing someone 39%, you think that person gonna say, "Yo, that's too much that I'm gonna
Right.
pay for this ounce." Well, I can just go to what'd you say,
Joaquin.
Rakim, and go get this thing a lot cheaper.
Right.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be consistent.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what's in it.
Right.
What they mixing it with.
Exactly.
Right.
This is why I say, listen, you know, you ain't gotta do a Rakim or the whatchamacallit. Just
Right.
grow your own.
Like every corner, I got Gorilla Glue, I got Purple Haze,
Yeah.
I got Sour, I got. What?
And it ain't really, you don't even know if it's really that.
Right, exactly.
You're like, here's the thing, like these names are just getting out of control. Right? They're getting out of control because like when I look at cannabis, I just look at it as a indica hybrid
Right.
sativa. Or it could be a hybrid indica, a hybrid sativa. That's all I care about.
Right.
I don't care about the number.
Right.
Like, yo, this thing 28%.
Right.
I can give you some stuff that's 16 will blow your mind. It ain't about that THC number.
Right.
It's the trichomes in it that actually, I don't want to get into the scientific part, but that's the part that actually has the effect on your body. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But a lot of people don't know, and it just become, so back to your point, I'm going to go back to the point when you're talking about when it comes to it's legal and people just feel like, okay, we can do whatever. I'm at my grandson's football game, little league football game, and I'm smelling weed. I don't listen. Here's the thing, these young minds are precious to me. One thing that I don't like is I don't like to see, or don't let them be kids, and then when they get older, they
Make
can
their own decisions.
Make that decision.
Gotcha.
Right.
You putting that in the face. Ain't nobody drinking alcohol at the football game.
Right.
At the little league football, Pop Warner football game, and then they got the music talking about, shoot this and hoochie the mama that and this and that. This is at a 10-year-old
Right.
Pop Warner game. I'm like, come on, what? But that's a whole nother story.
That's a story.
We ain't gonna get into
For another
that. We gonna sit here. We gonna keep talking about
So my
it.
question for you is this: do you still grow your own personal stuff?
Oh, absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
Now,
And you know what? I'm constantly, and people that know me know, they hit me up It's like, yo, when's the next harvest? You know, I just put a picture up. I just harvested something. My buds is like the size of my hand.
Wow.
You know, and they all like, when's that going to be ready? In Jersey, how it works is they have different licenses, 6 different licenses. One is the cultivation license, right? The cultivation license, they're growing for multiple dispensaries in the state.
Got you.
Right? So they basically are trying to sell to these different dispensaries.
Got you.
Right? The dispensaries can go to any cultivation site and get what they want.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And then you have a process in place that actually makes the edibles. Right? So they also will buy from the cultivation.
Gotcha.
So cultivation supplying everything.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
So it would be key for someone that wants to really get into this business is to learn how to be a cultivator and be which is the root cause, not the root cause, but where you have to go to.
Yeah,
hub.
you're the source.
Yeah, you're the source.
You're the source.
The supplier.
Yeah. So and what Jersey did, which I thought was cool, like they have the commercial license where it's a big 40,000 foot facility that you can cultivate in, or they have the micro if you're just a small facility, 2,500 square feet, where you can just grow and still supply.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna ask you another question because I know you dug all in this. How much do the state charge for the cultivating license?
It's actually not even more than $5,000.
Okay.
Do they make?
That's why it's so many pending licenses right now.
Right.
You know, so here's the thing in Jersey, which is crazy. Like, so almost 70% of the state wanted us to legalize cannabis, but only maybe 40% of the municipalities opted in to have cannabis in their town. So what you have is a people saying, this is what we want,
Right.
but we still have the old guard that's running these towns saying we don't want that in our town.
So I'm really out of the loop politically. That's a disclaimer. I'm out of the loop politically, and I seen on Mount Ethan Avenue where the old PNC Bank used to be, they got a dispensary sign up, but there's been no movement. So is it something that's stalling the process in Camden? Because my thing is, if they went and got a building, decorated the building, did all of this, and it's been no movement, has it been a stop on approval in the municipalities?
So this is how Jersey works. In New Jersey, you can go ahead and apply for a conditional license, meaning that you don't have to have your building and you don't have to have your location or town that you want to do it. Why you get that conditional license on this end? On this end, you got to find a town that's willing to say, I'm going to give you a license to have a cultivation or dispensary in my city or township. Right. And a lot of these towns that do, they're only doing 2 cultivations and 2 dispensaries. That's it. Right. My wife and I did try to get a dispensary in our town. I went and met with the mayor, and actually I met him at this closed door meeting that my man, Commissioner Dyer, invited me to for all the mayors in Camden County. And I seen my mayor there, and I asked him, but he wants someone that's well established. See, a lot of these places, they want somebody already has the name to come in. Right. So how is this person that's applying for this micro license going to be able to break into the cannabis industry when these towns don't really want a small mom and pop guy that's trying to, you know what I mean?
Got you.
So it's kind of rough. So that's why, again, I said I'm going to stay on the educational side. You know, I'm going to try to help push for legislation where I can. Like, I'm trying to push now, working with this company, not this organization that's actually trying to push for people to have their medicinal license to be able to grow their own cannabis, because they can't afford those prices either.
Right. Got you.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So there's a lot of things that I try to do to just stay active and just be heard, because a lot of people just don't know.
True.
You know, unless you go to these things and find out, because they
know
don't come knock on your door.
Right, true.
And people know bits and pieces. You know, people take any little bit of information and they think they know a lot with the little bit of information they got versus. So the Kush College, you did say is online. Shameless plug. Shameless plug right now.
Yes,
Go on,
indeed.
there you go.
www.cushcollege.com. Kush with a K.
Kush with a K.
And what?
College with a K.
You know, I mean, it's up to you to tell. But how much does the course cost? Do you?
Well, originally when I first came out, it was $995. Right.
$995.
Yes.
And I know you done changed that.
I changed it at $420. I knocked it down to 50%.
Oh.
Right. And what I did is I also, so you're getting a kit that's worth $400.
That's what I'm saying. I thought you would go up.
And
you went
seeds,
down.
that's $100. Right. So, what I did was I bought it down and I separated the two. Like I said, if you want a certificate, you can do that. If you're not, if you just want to learn how to grow, you can do that. So those prices are like $100 difference.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so it's like $400 and some dollars.
I might take your class just for personal knowledge.
Just for personal knowledge.
Yeah, because let's be clear, I still carry a gun and I will never be under the influence of anything while having my pocketbook in my presence.
Yeah, sure.
Say word.
That's what's up. Now, before we wrap this up, because you know we get a lot of student athletes that watch the show as well.
Yes.
What's in your opinion our role as adults to let them know, like you said it a little earlier, like wait till you become an adult to make this decision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So here's the thing: when I have conversation, because when I first came out, I was getting so many young people
Gotcha.
that wanted to learn how to grow.
Right.
And quite frankly, young people don't have the time and patience to grow.
Right.
They just think you put seed
Right,
in
saying
there.
It's going to pop up. It's good. Right.
It ain't
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
more to that, right? And I always would deter them
Got you.
from that.
Got you.
You know, when you're young, I said maybe when you're allowed, you're legal to smoke. Maybe you should be a bud tender.
Got you.
Go work in a dispensary, learn about it.
Learn about it, right.
But I feel as though when it comes to kids, you got to be transparent. You can't say, for me to tell my kids, don't do this, don't do that. Yeah, we do tell them that, but I was in 7th grade when I took my first hit.
Got you.
But I didn't do any more until like maybe my senior year.
Got you.
Because I was so focused on sports, I was like, this gonna mess me up.
Right, got you.
So what I try to tell kids is, you got your whole life to try to, if you want to smoke weed or drink alcohol or whatever, or whatever, you got your whole life to try that. Enjoy your life now.
Right.
Don't let this flower, basically interrupt your growth, because cannabis at an early age can affect the brain more than if you're an adult.
Got you.
A developing, mind. So I try to come at them in that aspect. Like I'm 53 years old. My couple of my kids smoke weed. I don't even smoke weed in front of them.
Got you.
But I'll sit there and let them burn in front of me.
Right.
But I won't smoke weed in front of them.
I got you.
Because I feel some sort of way.
I got you.
It's just something about it. I try. I was like, I just feel weird smoking in front of my kids are all in their 20s.
Right, yeah.
It's just something about it.
Saw Junior yesterday.
Yeah.
He came to Bobby Ray's with us
So
after the game.
It's just something about it. But at the end of the day, I'm still dad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just feel like that's something, that it says a lot about being a dad. I just, but I don't like my son, my one son, not Junior, but the other one. I don't like him going out and getting it.
Got you.
Off the street.
From Rakeem and them.
Yeah, I don't. So when I harvest, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I harvest,
I
have a mason jar like this big,
full
of it. I'll give to him.
Got you.
But he just smokes too much.
Right.
I'm like, shit. I'm thinking that's gonna last the next harvest. I'm like, bro.
So how does harvesting usually go? I know before we wrap it up, harvesting is how long? Like how long is this gestation period from seed to
when
full?
I harvest, right? From seed to harvest, it depends.
Okay.
So you got the seedling stage, which is 2 weeks, and then you got the veg stage, which is 4 weeks. I usually like the veg a little longer, because they get bigger. The bigger the plant, the bigger the bud. So, and then based on a sativa, they tend to go longer than the indica. It takes a little longer. But once they get to harvest, you got to basically flush them, flush them up until the day that you're getting ready to cut them, which is basically running water through the roots. And this, all what that does is help you get a smoother smoke.
Okay.
So you don't get that.
Right.
You don't get that,
Right.
you know, when you flush right and you grow organic. Like the weed that I grow, you never cough.
Gotcha.
Right. So, and then you have to hang it and to dry it out. And once it takes about 7 to 10 days to dry out.
Okay.
And then after that, you put it in jars. Then you got to cure it. That means like you basically put it in jars, and every day you got to shake it up, open it up, and burp it. They call it burping.
Okay.
And you just let, you know, you don't want the moisture to get in, and you got to do that for about a week.
Okay.
Then after that, you're ready.
So we'll say probably 90 days.
Absolutely.
Okay.
90 for indica, 120 for sativa.
So from start to finish, from seed
Yeah.
to
Harvest.
to
Yep.
good smoke.
Yep.
That's what's up.
Yep.
And how long you been doing this? How long has it been
Since,
there? Successfully, let's say, because I know you said you
Yeah,
tried
yeah,
before,
yeah,
but
bro.
I'm talking
Yeah.
like
successfully,
Yeah.
for about 4 or 5 years.
okay.
5 years. But you know what? The crazy thing is because I just feel like I try to, you know, in life I try to like with everything I do is try to always be a sponge and continue to learn.
Got you.
Like every grow I try to be better than the last one.
Got you.
You know, and this last grow, when I tell you I got a bud the size of my I actually have one that's the size of my forearm. And I was like, yo. I sent it to my cousin. He's like, yo, that look like a steak dinner. But I try to be better than the last
That's
one
what's up.
and learn more. And I video log and,
Okay.
and I chronicle everything I'm doing. Like certain strains,
Right.
if they're like real needy,
Right.
I don't really like being bothered with them.
Okay, got
Because you
you.
got to do too much.
Got you.
You know, I like the ones that's strong. And,
Right, got
you know,
you.
just feed me. I'm
Got
good.
Just feed me.
You know?
That's
So-
what's up. Before we wrap this up, future plans, what you got in the works? Just to
Well,
continue to get better, like you just said?
Continue
or-
to get better, be a voice, an advocate, so people that want to get in the industry, kind of direct them and show them how, you know, and just be the best I can be when it comes to that, and continue to be the best, you know, husband, grandfather,
That's what's up.
father, friend, son,
That's what's up.
you know, win forever, bro.
That's what. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all, my viewers out there, you don't see her on camera, but the missus is here.
That's right. Who is the president, right?
There it is. The president is in the building.
In the building.
That's what's up.
In the building.
Before I ask you if you got any shout outs, anything, it was good that Pennsauken gave
The guys, the
Tommy
street,
Dan,
Yeah.
the Griggs brothers, the Teller brothers.
Congratulations to you
Marcus.
too, bro. You got your plaque. I seen you.
Oh
had
yeah,
that.
thank you. I appreciate that. I
Congratulations to you.
appreciate that.
Yep.
Appreciate that.
Continue doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I appreciate that. They gave him a marker out there in Pennsauken. It was just crazy because I never knew that they all kind of grew up in the same
Yeah,
area.
man.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. You got 5
Yeah.
NFL football players that grew up basically almost on the same block.
Yeah, and that
That
block
does
in
not
Delaire
happen.
is small.
And it's small, right?
It's a small
right.
block.
Delaire. We talking about
Yeah.
Delaire. It's not like
Yeah.
no major, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, then you
that's-
have the other ones like Dwight Hicks and Greg Mark.
Yeah,
and
that's
those
crazy.
are people that made it to the NFL. But it was, you know, those was the great times back in the 80s and 90s, early 90s.
Yeah, y'all had. I got to give it to y'all. Pennsauken football back
Yeah.
then. They had that thing on lock.
yeah, you know. But it was
Yeah.
it was a good thing to see, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and you know what? Again, I done mentioned this guy's name so many times. Commissioner Dyer was the one that brought it to the commission's, you know, table
Yep,
that said,
that
"Look,
was
this
him.
needs to be done."
Yep,
You
definitely.
know, should have been done by Pennsauken, but
Right, yeah,
that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, it's a whole nother story. That's all right. For
You
those
know?
that don't know, I'm running for the Pennsauken Independent Team.
Absolutely.
Make sure you vote for me November
Absolutely.
7th, and we're gonna make some
Change
of
the
these
game.
changes. You know what I'm saying?
Change
It's
the
time to
game.
change the game around here. It's
Absolutely.
gonna make this happen.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
we appreciate you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me,
Thank
man.
you for the education.
Big up to the
You know what I'm
Birdcage,
saying?
man.
Education.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this the whole time. I'm getting goosebumps talking because I'm like, man, I'm on a Birdcage. okay. I watched the episodes. Absolutely.
We appreciate it. We
Yeah.
definitely appreciate it. We definitely appreciate you. Cousin, you know there's no Birdcage without you. You know I love you. Thank you for because she's busy. Like I
Yeah.
gotta how I gotta schedule the guests. I gotta schedule her. Like
Yeah.
we Saturday. We Saturday.
Yeah, for sure.
But she gets here though. You know what I'm saying? And
Shout out
and that's love.
to my man Raheem Samad. He's from Smart Impact Media.
Okay.
Shout out to him. Shout out to my man John Newsom for the name. Shout out again to Commissioner Dyer, Moo, as
sir.
we know them. Shout out to
Yes,
Growth
sir.
Generation and Lumberton. They supply me with all my
Gotcha.
my goods I need.
Gotcha.
And, you know, and shout out to all those that supported me along this journey.
That's what's up. That's
Appreciate
what's up.
you.
Oh, and also, we love when guests bring gifts. we have gifts.
Yes.
So
They're on the
thank you for
website
that. make sure you go check out that website
Yeah.
ASAP. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for that. Thank you for your time. You know what I'm saying? We definitely appreciate it. Tough loss yesterday to Willenboro, 20-13. But I mean, we're 4-2. You know what I'm saying? Got 2 games left before the playoffs start. So, you know, just my squad
to
out
the
there.
next one.
Let's on to the next one. We got Camden Catholic. Next Saturday is Alumni Day.
I will be there.
It's Alumni Day. You know
I
what I'm
will be
saying?
there.
So all my Pennsauken alumnus, come on out to the game. Check out the squad. Check out the new facilities if you haven't seen them. You know what I'm saying? They're ridiculous. The stadium, the field house, the weight rooms, everything's redone. So just come on out, have a good time.
Wish we
We're
had
gonna
that
have a
when
good
I
time.
was there.
I know. been a game changer, right?
Oh, man.
Been a game changer. You know what I'm saying? What you got, cuz?
So, plug AM University is back up
Oh,
and
yeah.
running.
AM
They had
University.
the Birdcage on there. I actually don't know what day they air, but I'm quite sure my engineer over here is going to make sure and assure that the information is up.
Yes, indeed.
Cush College, make sure you check them out. It was a pleasure having you today. Real quick, when I first started this today, I talked about peace, but then I was sitting here thinking, you know, all of us are broken, right? At some point, something has happened in our life that's caused us to crack or break. And we do know a lot of us crack, a lot of us don't completely break, but we do have some cracks and crevices in our foundation. Just try to find peace in all them broken pieces that are of your life. Just put them together and try to find and take care of you. Do self-care, do whatever you need to do before we continue to go in front of these young people and before we continue to call ourselves friends and loved ones. We have to fix ourselves. So do whatever you need to do to super glue yourself back together and find peace out of all them broken pieces that life has created in us.
And that is why she closes the show. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Roy, I used to try to close it, and then I'm like, I can't follow what she just said. So, because we're gonna reverse this.
Yeah.
I'll say my little piece, and you close the show.
That's it. And you just ended with that.
Ended with that. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So, once again, everybody, I am Sechuayo, a.k.a. Coach Bird. I'm the host of the BYRDCAGE Show, and we will talk to you soon.
It was a stone groove, my man.